Hello, how are you? My name is Kat. Welcome to my channel. Hello, how are you doing? Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today's video is a video that I was planning to do it from the very beginning of the channel. I just didn't let you know. And this video is a copy. I get the idea from Supposedly Fun. I'm going to link his channel down below. And he usually do a recap and revisit the book hauls that he had and see if he read it or he didn't, and he unfolded or not unfolded. So I'm gonna get the idea and I'm gonna implement it on my book hauls and see if I read this book or if I didn't. Most of the books that I get to my library lately, I think they're going to be here. I'm not gonna unfold them, and usually I don't really unfold very often, so I don't think that's going to be the case for the future videos that I'm going to show you. Oh, I hold this video, or I didn't hold this video. At the beginning of the me finding booktube, I used to buy a lot of books, and now I kind of slow down. I try to be more intentional when I'm buying some books. I still have some problems, like I notice that when I'm usually in a little stress, I tend to buy more books than normal. That happen. I already have a pile of books that they're going to be my November and December book haul. But try to control myself, and I try to be intentional. And a lot of books that I get, they're more like a library building. I think there are a lot of classics books that I'm not planning to get rid of them anytime soon, of ever. So I don't think we're gonna talk about that kind of thing. But what I'm going to do in my case is, like, I'm going to show you the books that I didn't read first and let you know if are like a priority, if they're still interesting, or I don't have any rush on reading them. And also, I'm not going to go back and describe each of them because it will be a way too long video, and I also, it's going to be like a repetition of the book haul. I'm just going to link the book haul down below. And finally, at the end, I'm going to talk about the books that I actually read and let you know what I think about them. I'm going to start with the books that I not have any rush to read them. I'm still interested in reading, but I'm not in a rush to pick them up. And they are like 4. So the first one is The Devil Takes You Home, and you see this one is the August pick for the 2022. So it was August, September, October books that I have here, I believe so. So this one, I was actually very interested to read it, but then I kind of lose interest on it. I'm still gonna keep it. I know I'm gonna read it, but it's not a big priority. The other 3 books that I have, they are 2 are more like a collection of novels or short stories, and the other one is kids book, and this one is When We Were Very Young, and I think they are a collection of poems of the same author that create Winnie the Pooh. So this one, I'm not in a rush to read it. I'm really interested to read all the Winnie the Pooh stories. I'll probably read them all in once. They are not really long, and obviously they have some graphics on it, so it shouldn't take me that long. But I'm not in a rush to read this particular collection of poems. But I'm going to keep it. It's part of a collection, so this one isn't going anywhere. It's staying here in my bookshelves. The next one is Write Later Works. This is a Library of America book, and it's a collection of novels. And I believe, let's check it out, because I think I didn't mention it on my book haul, but I believe it has 2 big novels, Black Boys and The Outsiders. So it has 2 big novels on this one. The Outsiders, I think, is a little more popular than the Black Boys. What it was the word? What it was the title? Yeah, Black Boy. So it's a little more popular, The Outsider, than the Black Boy novel. So it's two novels on this one. I'm not really in a rush to read it, uh, just because it's two novels, and I still trying to figure out how to read a collection of novels or short stories. So far I'm not gonna pick up this one anytime soon, but it's a collectible book. It's gonna stay on my bookshelf, that's for sure. Then I have detective stories by Everyman's Library. This one, it was actually a good option to read in the spooky season, but I didn't think about it. And it's short stories. It has very famous authors, and this one is doesn't go anywhere either because it's a collectible book. And I'm still trying to figure out how to read the short stories, but it's not any rush to pick them up. I will keep it, but I'm not in a rush to read them. The next three books that I have are, I'm still really interested to read them. So if I have a priority, this one will be a second on my priority. The Gentleman of Moscow is a historical fiction. Still very interesting to read it. It's a very big book. That's maybe the reason that I'm not picking up this book, that I get a little intimidated because it's a little big, it's a little long. It has almost 450 something pages. It's not super long, but it's not really short either. So that's, I think, the main reason I kind of hesitate to pick it up, this book, and especially since I've been having troubles reading a lot lately. So a big book, I feel that is gonna hold me even longer, and I'm not gonna be able to read much. This one is Last Call at the Hotel Imperial. This is non-fiction book. I still really interesting to read it, but the word non-fiction, and I think November non-fiction will be perfect for it, is just intimidated too. And it's a long book. It's over 500 pages, and that's the main reason I think of these two books. I'm really interested to read them, but I'm scared to pick them up because they're a little big. And one is non-fiction that's even a little scarier than the other one, but I'm really interested to read them. So these two books are still in a high priority. And then we have Bloomsbury Girls. This is supposed to be a historical fiction, and it's not that long. I just didn't know why I didn't pick it up. I guess I wasn't in the mood to read this type of story, but I'm still very interested to pick them up. I think this is gonna be a light read, like it's gonna be easier to read. Like, I get the feeling that it's gonna be a kind of fast pace. I should pick them up. Maybe the story is gonna in like give me a push to read more, maybe. And then I have my finally book that I think is a priority, and it's Bubble by Kwang. This one is a fantasy work, and is supposed to be like what they call it. I forgot the word. It's just in my, oh my god, I forgot the word. Well, this author is very popular, and I think uh, the Bubble book is very popular itself. I was meaning to pick it up, like maybe it was September, I think it was, when I was trying to pick this one up, but I wasn't able. So this one is my big priority from this pile of books. And finally, the book that I read is actually an audio. I did show you on my last on the book haul the physical, because the physical I got it for my brother, and I got the audio for myself. And I forgot to mention it on the book haul, but it was the audio for me and the physical for my brother. And I'm not 100% sure if the audio I get it before the physical. I don't recall that, but I'm pretty sure it was about the same time when I get them, both physical and audio. So, and is the Avatar, the Dawn of Yangchen, I think it is. So it's about this avatar that is an airbender, and she is a strong avatar that she has the ability to, or she's very connected to the spirits of the old avatars, and she can feel them even to the point that she can be kind of possessed from them. So sometimes she wake up and she doesn't even remember what happened because the past avatar take over her body. So that's the main ability, but that kind of helped them to get to know some things about the past avatars. We follow this Yangchen trying to navigate her insecurities about being an avatar and how to deal with the political situations in the four nations and how to get respect from the four nations because nobody really respect her. Nobody really um, consider her like a avatar that should be respect, and she's trying to navigate that area. And also is the story about her and his friend. I forgot his name. I will write it down somewhere. How they connect, how they work together, how being so different and with a different background, they kind of work together, and we follow them the whole book. And I think this one is very interesting. I like the dynamics from the two characters, the main characters. I like both main characters. I feel like both of them, they have a really good development. The political aspects about the Avatar were they were interesting, and I believe if you are a person who knows about Avatar or watch the anime or read the comics, no, they're not comics, the graphic novels, you will know better what's going on in the world. But the book itself, it gives you a big idea how the work works and how the characters they're supposed to be, what is their perception of them. So you don't need a big background to get to the book. And I think the narration is really good in the audio version. I think the person who's doing the narration for the four books is doing a really, really great job. And I think I highly recommend this book. It's a really good one. It's one of the ones that I like the most between the last three that I read before this one. And if you are a fan of Avatar, just pick it up. I think it's a really good option for you. Finally, checking out what happened here. So I ended up buying 8 physical books and one audio. And I read 0 physicals and I read only the audio. So if we look at that way, it was not a successful haul because for all the 8 books that I bring to my library, 0 being read. If I'm going to unhold any of them, I don't think so. Like I said, most of them they are part of a collection, and the other 4 are still there. I'm still really interested to read them. It's just me pick them up, and if I look at them, the ones that are like kind of like a priority, oh my gosh, they're big. I need something smaller right now to push me to read a little more. But I think that's it for this video. I hope you like the me checking back what I bought before, if I read it, if I not read it. And I'm going to link the supposedly fan, the last revisit that he does, because he does a really, really good job revisiting his book hauls and how he explained it. And I think the idea is great because that way you can kind of be more intentional when you buy in your books, and you kind of sometimes, like I said, you kind of forgot what you have and you don't pick them up, like the spooky stories, like the detective stories. It was kind of perfect for September, October, I think, and I kind of forget I have it. And sometimes doing this checking back what did you buy the last past hauls can refresh your memory and help you to pick one of those books that you already have in your library. And I think that's it for this video. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you want to know if I post another video, ring the campanita. And thank you for watching. Bye.